Good morning, good morning. NFP Friday. Yeah, so today's gonna be interesting. Most probably, things will be pretty slow this morning, so we'll just take it as it comes. Nothing this morning really. Obviously just NFP this afternoon. So until then, we may see some consolidation, things moving a little bit slowly, and then once we get that high impact news, things should start to move again. And then next week should be good. So let's get into the charts. Let's maybe check the news. Uh-oh. Okay, let's get into the charts. Gold. Right now we are just consolidating. Let's see what they're expecting for NFP. What numbers are they expecting? Good morning, good morning. Welcome. So, looking at pretty bad numbers for NFP. Morning, man. yeah, if we have bad numbers for NFP, we could always see gold drive up a little bit further, but actually quite surprised that we rallied up so strong yesterday. Those buy ideas definitely played out yesterday, but were a little bit iffy. Came really close to stops. I know some guys got stopped out with spread. I had to manage risk. Ended up securing some of it, some of the profit to kind of just do some damage control, but wow, ran up really nicely. Anyway, it's a new day. Let's just have a look here on the daily. Alright, pretty nice and bullish there on yesterday's candle. But we're closing within this kind of support area on the daily. So, you know, we could have rejections off of that level. But I would want to see us maybe push up a little bit higher into the 1800s. I'm sure we'll come to retest those 1800 levels before moving down. Right now, I believe we are still pretty bullish here on gold. So if we can break above that resistance, there is still pretty clean traffic moving up. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, at least until 1798, that's gonna be a really easy range for price to fall moving up. 34 pips. Then your next resistance looks like it's going to be up at 1803, so that's going to be our final target for buys. But like I say, we'll see how it goes today. Not really expecting to have runners or anything here on gold. So if we can get into a decent position here for buys, I'll probably secure a lot of my profit at 1798. That's going to be our target for buys. For our close bearish, but we've closed respecting the support area. We've let's see here. Yeah, just because we are so bullish here on the lower time frames, I think it's going to be tricky with sales. And I'm just concerned if we break out to the downside within this range, although it's a clean range moving down, I'm not too sure if there's going to be enough volume this morning for us to actually come back and retest this previous resistance. We could just get a fake out of this level and then move up or back into the range. So yeah, we'll see about sales. I don't know. I think for sales, I'd much rather see price break back into this range here. So for the day, I'm gonna have bars above 1794. And sells below 1785. Morning. Yeah, that's true, Jared. we do have this news about things escalating with China, Taiwan, Nancy Pelosi going that side, and that can very well be the reason we are moving up here quite strongly on gold. So with this news, things still heating up, we can definitely see gold continue moving up, but obviously this morning, like I say, maybe a little bit slow. We got clapped in London for the same idea though. I took bars yesterday. 1780. Okay, let's have a look at GJ. So GJ on the daily looks pretty nice to drive down, alright? We had a strong push down. We had this correction, kind of like a fake out of this daily support area. And we've broken back into this range right here. So bearish yesterday. If we can form resistance or break support, we can look for sells moving back down to fill this wick from this previous daily candle right here. Okay, so right now GJ is in this range. Obviously we had this big sell-off here from interest rates yesterday for the pound. Pretty much same story as what happens with gold when we have the FOMC event. So we'll get that initial push up from the interest rates being raised, and then when they have the speech, they're speaking about inflation, and then everyone's like, oh shit, this is actually not a good thing, and we see a move down in price. Exactly what happens to the dollar when we trade in gold for FOMC. So today, I suppose there is potential to correct this move. Just based off the daily, I don't really know if I want to be buying GJ. Right now price is working its way up into this, daily rejection area. Previous 4 hour didn't have really much of a top wick. Yeah, if you zoom out, what's happening now looks quite similar to what happened right here. We had this strong push down, couple small weak bullish 4 hour candles, and then we continued to rally to the downside. So could be the same kind of story. Okay, broke that previous support. We now just obviously retesting this daily support area to continue moving back to the lows. GJ weekly. Yeah, we'll see. Got our most recent resistance right here. But I think for bars, to avoid being faked out, let's see. Okay, there's a lot of taps into this level at 162 basically on the dot. This level has been a key level of interest over the past couple weeks. So tap, resistance, support, and we've been tapping into this level now since yesterday afternoon, and this morning we've already tapped into that level once and shown signs of rejection. So if we can get a closure above this level, we do have pretty clean candles moving back up, and we can correct some of this move from yesterday. Morning. I think a correction is more likely before any more downside. Possibly closure above, then close back in, sells. That's what I'm looking for today. So that's what I was thinking as well. That's why I'm trying to look for the safest level here to break above for buys, because we could definitely break back into this range, and then let me just do this. So we could break into this range and then break back below and then continue back moving down. I don't know how I feel about bars, honestly. Look at these candles forming here. Bearish candle close, rejection. Yeah, based off the hourly, if we break the previous hourly low, we could start to move down here again. Yeah, Shaker, 100% agree. When we're taking trades against the trend, we want to be managing risk pretty aggressively. So those are the kind of trades where we're moving stops to break even very, very quickly. And, whatever happens, happens. All the best. Yeah, well, we've been failing to push up here on gold. So if we break the support, we could definitely move down. I've got my sales below 1785. Yeah, no, the daily is very bullish. I'm just trying to think here, because I don't want to be forcing any trades today. You know, we are actually just in a range at the moment here on GJ. So, I mean, you're going to have a really safe sells below the support here at 161, 200. I think let's wait for London Open. Let's just wait for London Open. See how these candles are closing. I'm not too sure if I'll be taking a trade within this range. But looking for sells, I mean, we are respecting this resistance. So if we get a strong hourly candle closure here, bearish, we could definitely move down to support at London Open. And then based off, you know, the daily candle, we're going to anticipate runners all the way back down to 160. I'm going to take it easy on the bars today on GJ. See my chart in Discord. I didn't look at gold on the hourly. Yeah, we've got support here at 1780. Yeah, Shaker, that's true. You need to actually just read what FFF Trader said there, because that's just kind of annoying. Someone says they are in a sell, whatever, like, it's their trade. You don't have to say, oh, like, my friends got clapped yesterday in sells, because no lies, sells don't look like a bad idea on gold, especially if you're taking them from, like Jared's perspective, where we were. Okay, obviously I don't know how Jared's seeing the chart, but failing to create new highs here, and we've constantly pushed up, and then we get these strong bearish candles, and yeah, I mean, if you wanted to take sells like on the break of this 15-minute low, let's see where you entered. Like, yeah, that looks quite clean. Close below this 15-minute support, so obviously you can anticipate price to move to this level here. It's not very far away, but with momentum we could break that level and definitely continue moving down, and correct some of this move up from yesterday. Everyone sees it in a different way. And Jared's been trading for some time, so he's developed his own way of seeing the chart. Like, it works for him. But anyway, just chill out. Moving on. Yeah, I think with anything, in a space like this, if you see someone doing something and you truly disagree with it, and you feel that there's something of value that you could add and maybe help that person, then don't diminish their idea. Don't belittle them, bring them down. Show them as best you can what you think is the right thing to do. And maybe they will learn something and agree with you. Or maybe they will reject your opinion because they've developed something that works for them and they are happy to stick with it. Guys, I bought my webcam. It's on the way. Actually, it's not on the way yet, but should be soon. I'll get it next week sometime. do a face reveal in the next week or two here on stream. Gotta erase, what's it? Erase the, let's see here. Erase a Kyo something. Here we go. Yeah, it's sick because it's got the ring light built in. It looks pretty sleek as well. How's it going on? Yeah, I'm gonna do some work here on the stream. I also heard about this thing called Streamlabs. Wait, I want to show you guys the keyboard I got as well. Actually, nah, I'm sure you guys don't give a shit. Streamlabs. See, I'm new to this whole streaming thing. I come from working with wires and screwdrivers and pliers, so this is all new to me. But yeah, got some nice features here for the live stream. Maybe we can have a nice intro screen. You know, these little pop-ups and things. So, can I try and make the stream a little bit more pretty? Add some nice little touches to it. Oh, look at GJ. So this hourly candle is breaking the low of the previous hourly. Like I say, if we can close nice and bearish here, we could potentially have sells at London Open. I don't really like how price is in a range here. The only reason I would take sells if we got a nice strong bearish candle closure on the hourly is look at the daily candle. Okay. The setup here on the daily is really nice. We basically have a fake out of this support area. Now this new daily candle has just pushed up and created a new high, tapping into that daily support area. So that could very well be our top wick of this daily candle for us to then drive down. And if we break the low of yesterday, there's nowhere else for price to really go but back to 160. $300 pip sells incoming. Thanks, Stefan. Yeah, guys, don't forget to leave a like. This range here isn't all that big. 27 pips. Yeah, okay, this is what we're gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna avoid this range here. As clean as it is, I am worried we get a closure above here, and we could drive up to the next level of resistance. But I believe that, you know, with the daily candle, I'm quite convinced that we'll move down today. So if we do get some sort of little move up, that could very well just be grabbing liquidity to come back down. So let's just wait and see what happens if we do break within this range. Because like I say, if we, you know, break into this range, close back below 162, we'll be well on our way to the downside, I'm sure. Do you think having a bias for the day is better, or staying neutral is better? I think having a bias for the day can help you stay more selective with your trades. Because if you're only looking for sells, you're going to wait for the best selling opportunity. But with that in mind, if price is moving bullish and your bias is sells for the day, you could potentially then be chasing sells in a bullish market, and then that becomes a problem. So on that note, I think planning for both is always the best. And if your planned trades don't come to you, then that's okay. Like, for instance, today, you know, I've got buys planned and sells planned, but based off the daily, I am very bearish, and I would like to see these sells play out. But if that setup comes for the buys, we could, you know, we could execute on that. Yeah, the more I look at GJ, the less I like the idea of bars. You know, in theory, this big candle from yesterday, 1 o'clock, has now created clean traffic for price to move back up and correct. But looking, you know, a little bit further left, you got rejection zones, got a lot of consolidation, and price could reject any of these kind of areas. I don't know. Just the more I look at the daily candle, I'm getting spooked for bars. Having a bias for the day will help you get faked out less. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, having a bias for the day will definitely help you get faked out less, because then you've developed that bias based off the higher time frame. And if you're trading in the direction of the higher time frame, that's when you're generally less likely to get faked out. Yeah, I don't know. Won't lie, it's not easy here on GJ today. Okay, it's not as straightforward as it seems to be. The daily candle never closed below support. So in theory, we are just in this range. And we could easily see today's candle just, show some signs of indecision, and it may close doji, may close a small bearish candle, still respecting support. I think only if it closes below support, then Monday we'll have those really nice sells. Could even close bullish here, because like I say, we are basically just in this range, as you can see on the hourly. That range is very clear. And the other thing is the 4 hour is bullish. So daily is bearish, 4 hours bullish. Now, when you've got a situation like that, personally, I may just want to wait for some further confirmations. And that's why I say your safest sells are going to be below support, below 161,200, because at that point it takes all the guesswork out of it. We know that price has cleared support. We know that there's clean traffic to the left. The daily at that point would be very bearish. We would have broken yesterday's lows, and we could definitely anticipate price to move down. So safest sells are still definitely below 161,200. But if you can get a fake out setup or something, there is more opportunity to get involved in these sells from a slightly better price. Yeah, that's true. The daily and the weekly on GJ are both bearish, so gonna be very picky with bars today. I've actually deleted that bars above. I don't think I'll be taking bars. It's NFP Friday, so we're not gonna force anything here. What you might see gold do is we may push down a little bit more this morning, creating a steeper bottom wick on the daily, grabbing liquidity for later on in the day. If we get that bad news for the dollar, NFP, they're looking at bad numbers. NFP, bad numbers. So if there's bad numbers for the dollar, daily is very bullish. We could easily form a bottom wick on this new daily candle and then drive up back to the highs. Bad numbers for USD is good for gold to drive up. Yes, true. What's up? Good morning. Had an amazing week here. 5 pips. Yeah. Anyway. I think regardless of what happened yesterday, amazing trade. I know there was a guy who caught buys yesterday and rode it all the way up to 1785. Unfortunately, I was out. Or at like 35 pips or so. Morning guys, market looking tricky today. Indeed it is. So when the market's looking tricky, you just gotta be extra patient. Yeah, I apologize. There are some names there that obviously are tricky to pronounce. Mosima. I'm gonna assume that's how you pronounce it. I think I've butchered enough names here on the live stream. Don't respond to me at all. well done, Sheikh. You took 100 pip bars. Well done. Hey, if you made money, you don't need me to validate you. You must validate yourself. Sounds like an amazing trade. And it was. I mean, wow. Made a lot of sense. Yeah, we got clapped in London for same trades. Half clapped. Yeah, Mosima, you see in Eastern Cape, the local culture here is closer, so I'm not really familiar with all the cultures of South Africa. I haven't traveled around South Africa too much. Sotho speakers are said to have originated from the north of South Africa. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of Sotho guys here in South Africa. In Eastern Cape. Morning, Batnat. Okay, looks like your hourly just flipped bearish here. I'm not gonna change anything. I agree with you, Shaker. If we could close above 162 and then close back within the range, I'll feel even better taking sells. But look at this hourly formation here. Okay. Previous hourly, we had this exhaustion candle. Now if this hourly candle closes nice and bearish at London Open with volume on the break of the lows of this current candle, and the daily bias being bearish, we should drive down from these levels. 162 is clearly a very key area. Let's see what a stop's looking like. Break of the lows, stops above the highs, not bad. Yo, what's up, Nathan? Did you trade New York yesterday, Nathan? Things are going crazy. $240 pip drop on GJ. Obviously that was from the news, and then gold dropped about, about 100 pips, let's say, and then rallied up for about 180. The NY session went crazy yesterday. I'm sure today will be very volatile with NFP. In fact, if we sit within this range throughout the day, which we may just do, then at NFP, whichever way we break out of this range, it's just gonna go crazy. So you can see the way price is consolidating. It's as if it's winding up. It's winding up for this big move later in the day. We probably won't trade gold this morning. Yeah, GJ not looking the way we wanted to. What broker are you with, Nathan? I think for gold, the best broker is Blueberry Markets. Their spreads seem really decent, and there's no commission on gold. So if you're trading gold a lot, I mean, I don't use them. Obviously, I'm not promoting them. So I'm just saying they have a very attractive offer there if you are trading gold. Oanda. Yeah, Oanda's big. Been around for a long time, so probably heavily regulated. No commission on Blueberry. Yeah. So yeah, looks like we're gonna close above this most recent resistance. And then we'll be waiting for a closure back within the range. I think what's gonna be best though is a closure below this minor support for sales. Wow. Check at London Open. Okay, 10 pips. If this candle can push up a little bit more, that's alright, with no bottom wick. I think that'll be good, because then that really, you know, sets us up to, like I said, grab liquidity, like a fake out kind of vibe. Come back down, create that bottom wick, and then at that point, we could get our closure below this minor support, looking for those sells. Because yeah, this candle is currently driving up with no bottom wick, and we didn't actually close below this most recent resistance here on the hourly, so we could easily come back down, flip bearish, and drive down here. We never got the closure above, so even if you were looking for buys, this is going to be a very tricky situation. Nathan, I'm not going to look at NZDJPY. It's just not something that we're going to trade here on the stream. It's not something that I'm going to trade. Okay, whatever, we'll look at it, but I'm not going to take a trade on this pair. So, you know, just to pass time. That's true, eh? JPY pairs move very similarly. GJ and Euro JPY always look very similar. Yeah, look at this. The daily candles look so similar here. You got this support formed, push up, push down, then you got this bearish daily candle from yesterday, currently creating a top wick on the new daily candle to potentially drive back down to the lows. Same story on GJ daily. It looks so similar. You got like the same structure. Daily candle closed bearish yesterday, creating a top wick on the new daily candle to drive down. But I mean, obviously they're going to be in confluence. They are all JPY pairs. So yeah, you go. Hourly's about to flip bearish. Yeah, we'll see. If we get a 15-minute candle closure below support, we could have sells on the 15-minute closure. We've got about 10 minutes. Nathan, just take NZD JPY sells when we're taking GJ sells. It looks so similar. No, they are similar. Yeah, that's true. Like I say, they are all JPY pairs, so obviously they're gonna move very similarly. It's the same thing. You know what's a really shit pair? Is USD JPY. What the hell? The ranges on UJ are normally so small. I think everyone, when they start trading forex, they look at UJ. USD is a beast. Seriously, different beast. They are similar as Colin Abrams and Connor Abrams. No, we are not alike. Casual 1,000 pip drop yesterday on USD JPY. That's insane. Is that 1,000 pips or 160, Jared? But look at these hourly candles. It's moving like US 30. USD CAD, USD ZAR. Yeah. USD ZAR trends quite nicely. Like, look at these lower highs in this downtrend. The trend is just so clear. Check at that. Nice little trend line. Break out of the trend line. Yeah, you see a lot of guys using trend lines when they trade USD ZAR. I can see why. Man, that just looks beautiful. And I don't even trade trend lines. Casual 3000 pips. So yeah, like I said just now, even if we were looking for buys on GJ, it would be very tricky. Very tricky. Your hourly candle never closed above resistance, neither did the 30, and you know this current hourly candle has no bottom wick. So just be patient, guys. There would never have been buys here anyway. If you want to take buys, obviously if that's part of your plan, nobody's stopping you. But yeah, we're gonna have to be patient here. This is tricky. Low, it indicates for USD ZAR is if you have more than 4 hours of load shedding a day, buy USD ZAR. No buys for GJ, no, we've discussed. No closure above the range, current candle has no bottom wick, definitely no buys on GJ right now. I'm much more interested in sales based off the daily candle. Pretty nice and bearish today. But it's tricky. It is tricky. Look at the 4 hour bullish, so we'll just have to see. I've actually got load shedding right now. Load shedding for 6 hours. Oh wow. Elon, where you at? Reason why I won't think above streams or anything. What do you mean, Tristan? Load shedding tests your emotions. That's true. We'll have to see if my inverter, if the batteries can last till the end of the stream. Because if they don't, yeah, you may see my emotions get out of check. Nah, I'm kidding, but really, if the stream cuts out, just know that I don't have power. So apologies, but today is pretty slow, so maybe we won't even have any trades. Eskom is like an abusive partner. Eskom is an abusive partner. I was getting my food out the fridge the other day for lunch. Take my food out, I open the microwave, power's off. As I'm opening the microwave to warm my lunch up, man. If there's no volume, there's no volume. Alright, so really, we just gotta wait and see if the market's going to present anything to us today. If not, we can't force any trades. We've got our plans here, and we're just gonna wait for that to play out. If not, there's nothing I can do. No trades, that's fine. Moving up on GJ. The more I look at this range, the more tempted I get to take buys. It looks really clean. But the thing is, the higher time frames are telling me to stay out of buys. The lower time frame is just noise. So, gonna ignore the noise here and stick to the plan. I'm definitely not going to be taking buys here on GJ today, but yeah, that range is really clean. We'll see if it breaks into that range and moves up. Will be interesting. Will make sense for us to correct some of yesterday's move down. That move was very impulsive. I just do not like the way the daily candle is sitting. Now I'm just saying, yeah, on the lower time frames, like look at that. That range looks very clean. I want to see this candle flip bearish. 15-minute. Close bullish. I've got 12 minutes until this 30-minute candle closes. If we can close below 161.875, we're gonna have sells. If not, I may just call it a day. I'm gonna go light a fire so I can boil some water to make coffee. Ridiculous. I'm gonna be right back, guys. Give me 2 minutes. Alrighty, we are moving up on GJ. So let's see if we'll now fill this range. Gold is obviously not doing anything. So it looks like we're on our way to correct some of this move from yesterday. Same pattern on July 12th. I have a feeling I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you see the thing is with July 12th. It is similar. I want to show you something though. So July 12th was this candle right here. Well, yeah. Okay, so I think we actually took buys that day. I don't know if it was on stream or after the stream. July 13th, yeah, buys. We hit stop loss. But anyway, clearly the idea was good. Price moved up quite nicely from those levels. But the idea there was that the daily candle, even though we closed so bearish on the 12th, we closed respecting support. And the weekly was very bullish. So it made sense for price to drive up at that point. Now the thing is, it's not quite the same as back then because our weekly candle is still bearish. Plus we've had this fake out now on the daily support. This daily support right here, fuck, that is really skew. As you can see, we broke below, we broke back above, and then yesterday's candle we had this strong rejection to some of these previous levels, closed back below this support here at 162, that key area. So I think it makes a lot more sense for it to drive down today than it did on July 13th. July 13th, the bias was for buys, but today I'm going to stick to the sells. Okay, so it looks like we're going to close above here on the 30 minutes. So this will be interesting. If the next 30 minute can close bearish back into the range here, then we've got that fake out to move down. you've got this hourly support looking left. I think you would want to see price close above there if you did want buys here. Just remember, if you're looking for buys, we are moving into this daily rejection area. Very tricky. 162 is a very important level. Just remember, it's not a missed trade if it wasn't your trade to take. A wise man once said, "The pain of missing a trade is a lot less than the pain of losing it." No, he is not a wise man. Do you know what I'm talking about? Nah, he's the GOAT. A wise man would risk 100% on GJPYs now. Sheesh. I think a wise man is gonna end the stream soon. The thing is, as time goes on, we move closer and closer to news. Okay, and the closer we get to news, I think the lower volume is gonna get. So if we didn't have much volume at London Open, then you know what's gonna happen. We're most likely going to just consolidate low volume leading up until NFP. So my 2 cents for NFP, if we can sit within this range for the rest of the day, I think we'll have a big move when we get a breakout. And right now we are moving to the upside, so it would make perfect sense for us to continue moving to the upside. Sorry, I just want to delete this love chat. Thanks, Ian. Also depends how the numbers come out for the dollar. If we have bad numbers for the dollar, expect to see us move bullish on gold. If the numbers are really good, then we could see a breakout to the downside and us continue to move down here. Or we could even get a liquidity grab first, like a fake out of the support, and then that strong move up. So a couple different things here that could happen. But just remember, things are very volatile when the news is released, so stay patient, maybe wait for the next hourly candle to close. So news is at 2:30, wait for that 2 o'clock candle to close, and you're gonna have some nice direction based off of that candle. Check that rejection. Whoo. Shaker, don't act like you weren't getting excited when the 30-minute flipped bearish. I know you were. Let's look at the 1 minute chart. Forming a head and shoulders there on the 1 minute. So if we can break below the support here, we can have a nice move down. A wise man would wait for a 1 minute closure. What? On daily we see trend channel on gold break above, however not enough dots for me personally to enter long buy. Yeah, there's a lot of bullish momentum on gold at the moment. I'm not too sure what your channel looks like, but I think we're good to drive up to like 1804 all the way to maybe 1810. We'll see what happens when we move up to those levels. You see on the monthly candle, as long as we respect the highs of the previous monthly, we could still flip here and fill the wick. So as long as we respect this level at 1814, that previous monthly high, we are still very much bearish. Obviously this is very higher time frame, trying to just build a picture here. On the lower time frames we are bullish and there is range to still move up, but yeah, today's not going to be the day to take trades on gold, for the morning at least. New York session, once NFP has been released, I'm sure you could see some really nice movement on gold today. Otherwise we're waiting for next week and we'll see what happens. Dropped in Discord. Oh yeah. Yeah, interesting times. I mean, with the China-Taiwan story, you know, we could see something very similar to what happened earlier on in the year with Russia and Ukraine, and we could just move very bullish here on gold. I'm gonna wait to see how the hourly candle closes and we'll call it a day. If there's nothing on the hourly candle, then yeah, like I said earlier, I think we're gonna be pretty slow until news. I want to call it a day as this 15-minute candle is closing pretty bullish here, but I just have this gut feeling. I'm going to look at the chart in the next 20 minutes, and the next 15 minutes going to be sitting down here somewhere. So let's just wait for this hourly candle to close, but guys, it's honestly looking like no trades here. Yeah, I may as well wait for the 1 hour. It's 15 more minutes. Cheers, Jared. Check you, bro. If we break the highs of this previous 15 minutes, I mean, it makes sense for price to continue just moving up to the next level here, and then I don't think we're going to get those sells. So let's see. If we break the high, I'm just going to call it a day. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like we're just going to keep moving up here on GJ. So no trades for me. 12 minutes until the hourly candle closes, and I don't think we're going to pull all that way down and get those sells at 10 o'clock. So that's it, guys. That's going to be the day. Just be careful with NFP later. Like I say, things are going to get pretty wild on gold. But yeah, if you're patient, you could catch some really nice movement later in the day. Otherwise, I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend, and thank you so much for joining once again. Cheers, guys. Much love.